Hey there traders, this is Steve Miley, the market chartist on FX Explained, with another one of our Forex zone outlooks in here, technical analysis outlooks for the major FX markets. Today here we're going to be taking a look at the euro versus the dollar and also pound dollar. That's cable. We're going to also be taking a look at the Australian, New Zealand and Canadian dollars, all against the US dollar, and finally finishing off looking at dollar yen. If you like what you're seeing in these videos, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. So dollar strong and really across the board in here. Euro in here selling off more recently, but having had this significant sell-off in here from late February through to early to mid-March, and then this rebound correction in here failing below psychological 120 level in here, setting back from below 120.0001 from 119.89.90 resistances, and then plunging lower in here through this week down through this low here at 118.34. So reinforcing the whole succession of lower lows and lower highs that we've had since the beginning of the year, and that points to a much deeper correction. Intermediate term target down here at 116.27 and maybe below that as we go through late March into April. Short term targets in here now at 117.99, 117.44. Similar story, but not quite as negative for the pound versus the dollar. But critically, pound dollar in here, this trend line from both March and September have been broken. This one from November, from March and September broken. The one from November in here still just about intact. But we're seeing again lower lows and lower highs on the bigger picture since the late part of February, and we had this kind of consolidation phase. Really, the market confined between 138.00 and 140.00 in that kind of area there, and broken to the downside, accelerating lower. Minimal short-term target 135.66. Deeper targets take us towards 133 and maybe towards 132 as we go into April. And the Australian and New Zealand dollars are plunged lower as well. This is despite, remember, equity markets kind of trying to hang on to a risk-on theme. So equity markets not necessarily going lower in here. We're not seeing a big sell-off. The rotation continuing in equity markets, but still we're seeing the risk currencies doing poorly. This is just dollar strength, anticipation of inflationary pressures in the US and concerns about higher interest rates. And these currencies are selling off. The dollar is rallying even at the moment, with the yields not going to new high yields, but actually backing off and dipping back from higher yields, going back towards lower yields. So but the dollar's still strong. So we've had this plunging Aussie dollar this week in here, taking out some important supports here, 67.21.17, and poised at this 75.60 level. Down through here would be an even more bearish statement and open up a much deeper move, at least towards 74.58 through the turn of the month into early April. And same story for Kiwi. Plunge, really aggressive plunge through psychological and chart support here at 70.00 in the past 24-36 hours. A really aggressive sell-off in here this week, and that puts a much deeper targets down, maybe towards 66.65 into April. Short-term targets down towards a 68 handle. Let's take a look at dollar CAD. Now, dollar CAD was remaining bearish in here through the early part of March. Dollar made new lows in here, but dollar CAD in here reversing aggressively higher over the past week. More recently up to 126.09. We've had shallow setbacks and then strong rebounds, looking for the same to come through. An upside target now really maybe towards 127.48. We've repeatedly probed above this down trend line, this trend line from March 2020, this trend line here. You see loads of probes above it, but no real categoric push above it and hold. Is this going to be on this phase in here, the push and hold above there, for at least targeting 127.48 and potentially higher through the end of the month? We're going to finish off on dollar yen on the and I'm going to switch to a daily chart for dollar yen. And what we're seeing here is very, very sideways in here for the last 2 weeks after this really aggressive rally from late February through early March, with the slight back up in yields in the US, going back to slightly lower yields. But we're looking for those higher yield pressures to come back through, taking dollar yen back higher through the recent peak at 109.36, and then short-term target 109.85, and then potentially up to these higher peaks in here as we go through into April and beyond. So looking for bullish pressures, kind of like a flag pattern up here. This strong rally up from 104.89 up to 109.36 and a consolidation for 2 weeks, looking for a much more aggressive break to the upside. So this has been Steve Miley, Market Chartist. I'm going to wish you all a great trading day, and I'm going to say to you, please do hit that like button and that subscribe on our YouTube channel, and I'll be back with you for another Forex Zone report very shortly. Until then, take care, have a great trading day. So traders, don't forget to catch us again on the Forex Zone, and also check out all the great content on fxexplained.co.uk.